Hello, Connor.
Hi, Will. It's part two.
Good to see you, my friend.
And you. Straight into it.
Forgiveness.
Is forgiveness important?
I think it is.
Why?
Forgiveness is important for a number of reasons, but the main one is personal peace, I reckon. Because if you're harbouring anger towards something, or you're letting whenever you've got just additional mess going on in your head and you're not forgiving, it makes it difficult for you to live your life in an uninterrupted way. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So you're saying forgiveness is almost harbouring other emotions within inside of it?
Yeah, I think so. If you're holding on to especially negative emotions. Now, I know we could argue until the cows come home. What is a negative emotion? But
cows come home.
That's the saying, isn't it?
Do you have cows?
Not yet. One day. Highland cows.
Come on.
Gonna have
home you come.
Yeah. Called Gretchen and Oliver.
So much argument's going to happen when those cows come home.
No.
Tell you what, if pigs could ever fly as well, the world would end.
No, I can't wait to have my Highland cows. It's going to be brilliant. Safe responsibility, but going to be nice to look at.
I like these. Anyway.
Yeah. On to making dirt ramps with motorbikes and stuff.
Better.
Who can jump the cows? That could be a fun game we could play.
Jump over the cows or jump the cows?
Yeah, either.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm on
board.
I'm on board for both. But yeah, you think forgiveness can harbour other emotions inside of it, so negative emotions more specifically.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that sort of eat away at you. Also, you don't need to forgive somebody if they've caused you a positive emotion. So it's like, by definition, it has to be negative, I suppose. The one thing I would say about if you are holding on to negative emotions towards a particular person is, what is that doing as a favour in your life? It's not doing anything for you, really. Like I feel like the reason why humans are hardwired to hold grudges and things is maybe a protection thing. Like, this harmed me before, therefore I need to be angry about that, or I need to be sad about that going forward.
So you're trying to keep yourself safe in many ways, that you know that something hurt you, so you're trying to keep it at a safe distance, whereas if you know you allow the forgiveness in, you allow yourself some vulnerability that then someone might take advantage of.
Yeah, potentially. Could be. I don't know. I'm not a brain scientist. I'm just a lunatic with a mic.
You are. That's exactly what you are. Forget live happy that you go for. Should be lunatic with a mic.
Yes, yeah. Part 2.
So forgiveness is important to you. What was the last thing or person that you forgave? And what was the reason? I know it's a very tough question, because ultimately I'm asking you to think back to times where you've maybe, like you say, held grudges or held on to something. And ultimately, I think maybe we forgive things in a spectrum. So there's definitely things that people are going to hold on to, which is a partner cheating on them, someone slapping their nan. Like, there's going to be things... Sorry, I made myself laugh. There's going to be things there that are really big and hard to forget. But there's ultimately going to be other things, like someone tripped you up by accident. If you hold a grudge over that, there's probably something wrong with you.
Yeah, I mean, there's, as you say, there's small things and there's big things. There's, like, this morning, I apparently said a snarky comment to Soph.
What was the comment?
I think...
The insides.
Oh, no, she misheard your voice note. That's what it was. I played it. She misheard...
Me?
Yeah, it's
How
your
dare
fault.
she?
You sent me a voice note and you said something like... I can't remember what it was. She misheard, and she was like, "Oh, who was he talking to when he said come on then," or something? And you didn't say that. You said incoming. That was it. And for other voice notes, incoming. And she
incoming.
And I said no. He said incoming, and she thought that was a snarky comment. I've forgiven her. We've moved on. We've moved past that.
I should hope so.
Yeah, but so that was an example of small forgiveness.
Yeah.
Despite it did make my blood boil, I tell you.
Such a small thing made you irate.
Yes.
Why?
I don't
We're not moving on. Why? Why is this small thing made you irate, Will? Is it because someone misheard and you don't like explaining yourself? You're very, not black and white, but you're very much like, this is what it is.
Yes.
And if it's something different, I will tell you. I don't lie. I don't need to lie. I am who I am.
Yeah.
So if you've misheard...
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's not. It's like, why waste my time? Like, I don't.
5 seconds where you had to describe incoming.
Yeah, but I had to rewind the whole voice note just to listen to it to find the context because I couldn't remember. I'd just woken up.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, so that's like an extra, I don't know how long, like 30 seconds of voice note, and then, so it's
Sorry, I annoyed you with my friendship.
it's just waste of my time. I could have moved, like I could have responded quicker. I could have, built £1 million business, and the time it takes for me to explain everything,
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was a small piece of forgiveness. A big forgiveness.
Yeah.
I mean, the automatic ones are like forgiving your ex, but I think that's more forgiveness through just consciously having to switch off from knowing that person. So a long part of my sort of healing process of coming out of that relationship was just pretending she was dead. I was like, if you're dead, I wouldn't be annoyed.
So avoidance almost.
Yeah. That's like one of the first things I do is like block her.
So there's almost an element of forgiveness which is acceptance and moving on. And there's almost positive and negative ways to deal with it. But it's almost sometimes in just the words you frame a situation. Because like you say, when my ex and I broke up, I blocked her as well. It was a very hard thing to do. I still have her blocked, and it is very difficult because I still have a lot of time and care and respect for her. But it was the best choice for me, regardless of how difficult it is. But if I was to say, maybe frame it, you know what, I've blocked her because she's no good for me and she's causing me grief, like, then ultimately maybe it's a negative framing. So maybe there's so much power in the words we use to describe a situation of forgiveness and letting go.
Yeah, I think so. I think so much of, like, you've just got to live you don't have to do anything. Like, the way that I live my life is very selfishly. If something doesn't benefit me, I just don't do it.
You are very selfish.
Yeah. But I don't care because I'm very selfish.
Oh my god, life hacked. If you're selfish, you don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just going to become a narcissist.
I mean, I'm not a narcissist.
No, I didn't say you were, but I'm going to become one.
Oh, sure.
Don't gaslight me.
No, it's like...
These are all words that women have made up.
I don't understand what even a woman is these days. There's... I mean, I know what should be there and what isn't, but you're not allowed to say that. There's... I can't remember what I was going to say.
Talking about forgiveness, large forgiveness, difficult forgiveness.
Yeah. We were. Yeah, for me, I think as well, there's an element of forgiveness which comes with letting go. So I think ex-partners is always a great insight into it because there is always so much emotion attached into it. And ultimately, emotion is the driving force for me for a lot of decisions in life and how we navigate. So when I recently had a discussion with an ex, not my most recent, but one before, and we spoke about... There's more than one?
I know, there's many. And by many, I mean 2.
So many.
What a prolific career I've had. I could almost lose count. Yeah, so when I spoke with that person, it was very much a case of exploring the past with kinder eyes. But I realised in that moment that I had done a lot of the forgiving already, both internally for them and for myself. And then when we had discussion, I was like, wow, I think there's still a lot here that you're maybe holding on to. And I think that can build resentment. It can build negative thoughts and constructs around people that you just project onto them. So I think forgiveness for both yourself and others plays a huge role. I think we've said it before in other podcasts. It's like being angry at someone, holding on to something about someone is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. But yes, also definitely holding on to the hot pan and getting angry at the person that your hand is burning.
I made a bet with Soph before we filmed this podcast.
I was going to bring it up.
That you'd bring that up.
What did you win?
Money. I don't know, like a £5.
You know me well enough. You should have bet a lot more on that.
It's more, I just needed to make sure she'd pay up. If I bet like £1,000, There's no way I'm getting £1,000 off her.
Yeah, true.
You know? So
£1,000 in services.
be wife people who can out-finance you. That's how you win on bets.
And then just make absurd bets that you hope you cash in. And if you lose, double or
Everyone
nothing.
double,
or nothing. Yeah. Well, I actually have another quote, so
Do it.
you're wrong. To forgive is to set free a prisoner and discover that the prisoner was you. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's good.
Mm.
Because that implies that you're a caged version of yourself when you haven't forgiven somebody.
Mm.
You're not fully able to express and live your life with free will, almost.
Yeah.
Because your decisions are being driven and guided by some sort of resentment or grudge that you haven't willingly taken on, like head on. It's a good quote.
Yeah, that's a good paraphrasing of it as well. You know, justifying how you're almost keeping yourself trapped rather than letting yourself be free. Free will. Free will.
Campaign 2027. I can see it already.
Hashtag free will.
Hashtag free will trapped in the UAE.
Why are you in the United Arab Emirates?
I guess my brother will move there and then
really?
I'll go there. And
I wonder why.
I'll say something wrong and then I'll get locked up and I'll have to like pay a ransom to get out and I don't know.
So, well, is forgiving weak? Is it a weakness to forgive? Would you perceive it as a weakness if someone forgave you? Do other people perceive it as a weakness? Let's talk about the idea of forgiving as a weakness. This is hot. I forgive you.
Water it's supposed to be.
I forgive you, tea. See, I'm not weak because I forgave the tea, and now I'm going to drink the tea. Tea is life.
The tea is about to die. So I think that's a fundamentally flawed question.
Rude.
And I'll tell you why.
Please do.
Because I don't care if forgiveness is a sign of weakness or if forgiveness is a sign of strength. I've moved on at that point. It's not something I would consider, first of all.
Okay.
If I had to say I'd say it's probably a sign of... Forgiveness is just a sign of moving on. That's all it is. I wouldn't say it's necessarily weakness or strength. I'd say they're extremes on something that is literally just a sense of relief. Once you've forgiven somebody, you feel relieved. Rather than, I feel really weak now because I've given in to this. Or, I feel really powerful now because I've taken power back by just forgiving them. It's like, I can't relate to either of those feelings. What I feel...
But I think what you said there, sorry to interrupt, is I think what a lot of people perceive forgiveness to be is weak because they're giving else someone's power. Either weakness because they've given their power to someone else, or strength because they've reclaimed the power by being able to forgive. So you don't identify with either of them. You almost feel like the strength or weakness or power in the broad scheme is irrelevant in terms of forgiveness.
Yeah, it's like... Maybe it's my forgiving style, and that is I just don't care enough to harbour any grudge. So it's easy for me to just forgive because I was like, I don't care.
Is there something that you would care enough about where it came to forgiving becoming such a difficult challenge for you? Say, for instance, and I know this would never happen.
So cheated.
How did you know?
That's the obvious one, isn't it?
It is.
I would say I wouldn't be a happy bunny. So
I can imagine you sitting soap down. Right, so
I'm not a happy
I'm
bunny.
not a happy bunny. I'm like, oh, no.
So I would be quite displeased by Soph's actions, and she would face disciplinary action. In terms of the relationship would end, but I don't think feel anything other than, okay, now that was a moment in my life that just happened, and I'm just going to throw myself into probably like work because that's my home really, and then is after a period of time had elapsed, maybe an hour or so, I would think, okay, she cheated. Fundamentally, am I still the same person? Yes. Therefore, what has actively changed in my life? I just don't have somebody here on the evenings, realistically. So, therefore, nothing has really changed.
Do you not think you'd feel an overwhelming emotive response because the person you've loved, cared, and trusted has betrayed that?
What would you hope me to... Oh, man. Yeah. Drat.
I would like to think that your body would emote a little bit, and you would then portray that emotion as a signal that you maybe want support from your tribe.
I think it'd be disbelief initially. Like,
Gasp.
yeah, I'd be like, OMG. Cray cray. And after I got through the disbelief, I don't know, I mean, it's sort of a clear-cut thing in my head. Like, both of us know if either one of us cheat, it's just done. So
Yeah.
it's easy. It's like, it's a predetermined result. It's like, and also it's very easy to get over somebody cheating because they didn't love you.
But would you ever forgive Soph?
Yeah. Like, I forgive. Like, I wouldn't care, so it's easy to forgive.
They're very different. Not caring and forgiveness are very different.
Yeah.
In my mind, anyway. If they're not for you, please explore that. But for me, not caring is just, I'm disregarding this. I honestly could not put any emotion, thought, time, feeling into this. Forgiving is, I have given this time, thought, care, and love. I've processed it. I've understood it. And I actually think that holding on to this no longer serves me. So I'm going to release it. I'm going to let go of it.
And then what would, once you've forgiven that other person, look like in practice?
Once you've forgiven that person, there would then be no thoughts of negativity, no resentment. There'd be no internal battle of maybe I could have done better, maybe I should have done better. There would almost be a complete, not lack of feeling around it, but a complete sense of closure that I don't need to look on this anymore because that part of my life is done and moved on. Not I'm going to ignore it because I don't want to look at it, but well, that's done now. I think both of them almost are a similar outcome. However, in my mind, happy if you disagree with me, you're wrong, but happy, is this one shows growth and closure, this one shows avoidance. And then I would argue that avoiding, this is actually, I've got something in my notes for later, but avoiding would then pull the strings in other relationships. It would lead to repressed anger, lead to anxiety, other negative emotions because that has never been faced. So it would then start pulling the strings at other relationships because you might have unresolved, not trauma, but anger.
So I think I've probably processed everything so far that's happened in my life, like parents' divorce, like first relationship breakup, my brother snapping a guitar string and damaging the guitar. Now, like, all of that stuff has been processed by like getting to a point where I don't care. And maybe, like, if we assume that just the approach of not caring and avoiding would then bring things forward into future relationships, I don't think anything from my previous relationship has come forward into my new one.
Okay.
So if we use that definition, I don't think I have been avoiding because it would still bother me. You know?
Yeah.
But then maybe I'm too logical. It's like, why would the way that you treat me impact how I treat Soph? And why would the way Soph treats me impact how I treat my brothers? And how they, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like the work-life split that people talk about. It's like, if you had a bad day at work, then you're going to be grumpy when you get home. It's like, in my mind, it's like, if something's not going my way at work, then it's like, it's a reason to be home and just live that life. And I think, I've been thinking about this idea a lot recently. So much of life is just play, like just keeping ourselves occupied. So our idea of home life, I think mostly is a fabrication that we try and just live out as a play. It's like, and there's a human agreement, if you like, that if you're doing home life and chilling, like you make food in the kitchen, you sit at the sofa, you watch telly, you like just hang out with your family or your partner, and you just chill out and relax. It's a safe, happy, comfortable environment. And then when it comes to work, and this is why I think my mindset shift on work has been so important, because I think the general consensus is work is somewhere where you're forced to be there, and you don't enjoy necessarily what you do, and you're just literally there for the paycheck. It's a transactional type of situation. So therefore, you're not going to feel as relaxed or comfortable as you are at home. Whereas I think if you try and flip that in your brain, and it's like, no, I'm just going to apply all of those things to work. I don't know. I mean, my job's very different to most people, so it's...
Yeah, but you've worked hard to create a lifestyle where you have a life you enjoy and you follow your passion, you pursue your passion on a day-to-day. I thought about this a lot, the idea of employment versus unemployment, especially as we've started building our brand. However, I think you're right. We do want to create a life that is based around play, because ultimately that's what humans want to do. We want to play and we want to explore. It is so true that people age quicker if they have less novelty in their life. Play keeps people young. Activity keeps the mind fresh. And it is a shame. I think it's a genuine shame when people finish work, or they get up for work. They start at 9, they get up at 8:30, and then they're at work for 9, or they work from home and they just log on as soon as they wake up. And then they didn't do anything in the evening. They scroll on their phone, they watch Netflix. I'm like, man, that must be tough. And ultimately everyone spends their time differently, and how you choose to invest it is very much up to you. But if you're not enjoying your downtime or not playing in your downtime, or you're too busy worrying about work, then yeah, I completely agree. So I'd like to pose 3 different statements to you, and then 3 different views on forgiveness. I'd like to see if you can match them to the relevant ones.
Okay.
So you've got Christianity, Buddhism, and indigenous traditions. Obviously, indigenous is very broad, but very much for this sense.
Those are 3 topics I know an awful lot about.
As you should. Cultural views on forgiveness. So there's Christianity, Buddhism, and indigenous cultures and traditions. And you got to match the statement to the right one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Forgiveness as a collective healing. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us.
That one's Christian.
Letting go of anger as an act of liberation.
Buddhism.
3 for 3. Because by process of elimination, you put the other one. Yeah, 3 for 3. So any of those resonate with you the most? So I'll go through them again. Christianity, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Straight out of the Lord's Prayer.
Absolutely. Is it? Wow, I do not know. I'm not religious.
Yeah, no, I grew up Christian.
So did I.
No.
Yeah.
I grew up Christian and paid attention.
I did not.
I wasn't stoned all the way through my childhood.
I mean...
Neither were you. I just felt I could start so much stuff, couldn't I? Do you remember the time you told me that you tried heroin?
I've never tried heroin.
I could just get you in so much trouble.
I mean, that goes both ways.
Oh yeah, let's stop while we're ahead.
Difference is mine would be factual. I was going to say one, I'll tell you what after. That's gonna be you started here, I was going to just go for it, but we won't do that. So, Buddhism, letting go of anger as an act of liberation, forgiveness as a collective healing. Any of those resonate with you, some more than others?
I think forgiveness as a collective healing is that's the one that makes the most immediate sense, because you don't have to read between the lines with that.
Yeah.
It's forgiveness as a collective healing means that it's not just a process for you, it's a process for the person or persons involved. And also I think there's maybe a little bit of a game of chicken when it comes to forgiving somebody, because there's 2 people say you have an argument, you both need to forgive each other, but you don't want to be the first person to forgive because then you might feel weak. But you don't want to be the last person to forgive because then you look heartless. So it's like you've got to find that balance. So it's a bit of a game of chicken. So forgiveness as a collective healing process is like, maybe that's a set of directions on like, maybe you just forgive each other by being together.
I would say chicken, when it comes to forgiveness, is a lose-lose. Forgiveness as a collective healing is a win-win.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Reason being, indigenous cultures are probably living the most authentic, real, honest human life that you could in reality, because...
What is indigenous?
Indigenous...
Like tribes?
Yeah.
They put disabled kids out in the wild so they get eaten by predators.
Anyway. I think we should... But do it with Tories instead.
We all think...
But do it with Tories instead.
Do it with Tories?
Yeah.
What? I mean, are there many people called Tory?
I was more thinking Conservatives.
I know that's what you were thinking.
You made a joke. Actually, I don't know which way you vote. I think you are right-leaning, aren't you?
I am slightly, yes.
Yeah, I'm very left. We should do an interesting one on that.
We should do a debate. No, I don't want to end up like Charlie Kirk.
You are a master debater.
And a master.
Okay, you said it then. But yeah, I think when we think about indigenous cultures, they're living so real, authentic and honest, and they are all about living for each other, surviving together. So to be ostracized, sort of hold anger or harbor resentment towards someone or the tribe is only going to impact the tribe negatively. Whereas forgiving is going to allow those relationships to get stronger and for people to thrive better under more controlled and harmonious environments. Wow, that was wise.
That was very wise. You're like an owl.
Woo. God, it hurts. So, Will.
Connor.
Why do people resist forgiveness?
It feels unnatural. I think people... okay, I can't talk for other people. I can talk for myself. I think when I feel like I've been wronged, why is it my job to be the one to forgive? It should be the other person that comes to me and instigates that by saying sorry. I think that's the natural thing my brain jumps to. But what I've realised the more I've grown up is the person who I think should say sorry is thinking that I've done something wrong to them and they think that I should be apologising, and they're in the seat of forgiving.
There's always two sides of the same story.
So, what was the question?
Why do people resist forgiveness?
Yeah, I think that's why. I think it's whoever can shove down their ego first.
I would agree. Ego plays such a huge role in forgiveness, because if people have an inflated or a larger sense of self, that's going to pull the strings on so much decision making for them. So you think ego allows people to resist forgiveness? Could you say on the flip side, people that have a maybe less robust sense of self would be quick to forgiveness because they almost wouldn't be able to understand when someone's wronged them or not? So it'd be very much a case of they would abandon their own thoughts, feelings and ideals because they don't have a strong sense of self.
Yeah, I think also just how insecure they are. If you're a really insecure person, you're more likely to forgive other people because you want to be part of the group. It's like if you're the unpopular kid at school and you get a shot at being in the popular kids group, it's like you're going to be far more forgiving for anything they do wrong just because you want to be included.
You want to be accepted.
Yeah. So I think the person with the biggest ego is always going to be last to forgive, but first to blame other people. Which isn't right. I think there's, as with everything, there's a middle ground, which is like wherever you point the finger is where the power is. It's Alex Hormozy's thing, isn't it? So I point the finger at my parents for the state of life that I'm in, then I'm taking no responsibility, and it's the parents that have the power over me. Whereas if I just turn my finger around and point it at me, it's like, no, your parents could have done whatever you like, but you're the one living your life, so you're the one that's got to fix it.
Very true. Another one that I think people stops people from resisting forgiveness or makes people resist is ego attached to the story of being wrong. It's almost they want to feel in their story that they are the person that has been wronged, rather than, like you say, pointing the finger back at them and understanding maybe what situations they could have done better to change the outcome. People like to play the victim. People find comfort in being comforted. So this bad thing happened to me, justify me, they validate me because this thing happened to me and I'm in the wrong. Look at how hard life is for me. You should give me some care, time and affection.
Yeah. So entitled.
Yeah, but everyone's living their own story, like we said in a previous podcast. The bean soup, thinking everything is about them.
Yep,
it's one of my favorite theories ever since I've heard it. I think it's great. Or again, people resist forgiveness because fear of being hurt again.
Yeah, I'm wondering. This idea of like being the main character.
Main character energy, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I wonder what it's like, because I feel like I'm the main character in my story. I feel
As
like
you should be.
I take charge and do what I want to do, part of my selfishness. I'm wondering how many people in the world feel like they're not the main character. Because whenever I was employed, I felt like I wasn't.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I'm not the person that's like making stuff happen. I'm just a little bitch that's like, oh, yes, I'll do your work for you.
I do think that's so interesting. Like, I went to the dentist today, and
he said, Connor, you're a little bitch.
Clean your damn teeth.
You got little bitch teeth.
But no, like, I was checking in at the dentist at the reception. I'm talking to the receptionist. I'm like, this is how you're spending your time, but not in like a judgment way, in like you're being paid to check me into a service that I'm paying for the service, but you're only going to see a fraction of the money, and really the dentist is only going to see a fraction of the money, and the person who owns the business is going to see the whole. It's so weird when you try and get your head around it. Like, this is how we've chosen to spend our time. I'm like, it's hard to connect two to two together when you start to think about it.
Imagine being trapped with that thought process from age 12. Welcome to my world.
God, yeah, but I think I would never want to. If we did a brain swap, I think I'd.
No, you'd love it, honestly, because you'd see everything so clearly.
Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
I love Rick and Morty.
He's in the episode where Ricky, where the 10 seconds where Rick is in Jerry's mind and Jerry is in Rick's mind. That's what it would be, and they just start losing their mind. One starts crying, one's like, I want to get out. You'd start crying,
yeah,
and I would be like, I need to get out.
I think you'd have an immense sense of clarity and peace.
Is that how you feel on a day-to-day? Immense sense of clarity and peace. And if your answer isn't immediately yes, your statement is false.
No, it is. Because I stress about work, but I only have one thing to worry about in my life. And because I genuinely, as much as this would crush 15-year-old, 16-year-old Will, I don't care about money anymore.
Wow.
It has no bearing over me. It used to. Yeah, we didn't want it to be 16-year-old Will, because the only things that mattered were money.
Very true.
But now it's all achievement-based and just doing as well as I can. But the problem is I know how much I can achieve if I really put my mind to it. So there's a sense of pressure there. But the only thing I focus on is YouTube. Everything falls by the side of that. It's like there's so much clarity. There's like the rest of the world, then there's YouTube. It's like, so I live in this. And that's the rest of the world, but that's just all, you can ignore it. It's like, I'll use an analogy that everyone can relate to. When you're on stage and you've got like hundreds of people watching you and you're singing the song, it's like exactly how you feel when you're singing that song. It's like, it's loads of noise, but you're just focused on singing the song. It's like, so just so everyone can relate. That's what that's like.
I appreciate it. Our one viewer will love that analogy.
Yeah, they will. But yeah, it's just focus. I don't know what being in your head would be like, to be honest. It'd be quite nice to have the motivation to go to the gym, to be honest. That's one thing I wish I could check. Like, I wish I could either be more disciplined or more motivated to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Because it's not like...
It's discipline. It's not motivation.
Yeah.
Because you've got... I think you got inspiration, motivation, discipline. Inspiration is that moment of, oh, I could do that. I could be in amazing shape. And then motivations, you start looking, you start researching, what workouts am I going to do? What gym should I go to? Discipline is doing it. You know what workouts to do. You know how to train hard. I've trained with you. I know you can train hard. It's discipline.
Yeah. I watch like Mike Israel every day as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
I
I love it. Like I love being
good old Mikey.
Yeah.
Or Izzy, as his friends call him.
I love being knowledgeable about stuff, and his videos are like a quick path to knowing more, or at least knowing where else to research. It also means that when without him, I wouldn't probably exaggerate my eccentrics as much. So like I'm probably more ripped than I would be just from the limited workouts I do.
Your once a year workout.
Yeah, no, I'd work out more than that. Probably go twice a week at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is fine. I think I should maybe change my split though, because at the moment I do basically lower and upper, but my upper consists of either chest and tries or back and bis, and my lower consists of all legs, except calves, because I like my calves. I reckon as well, now this is wild, there is a correlation between
I'm already laughing.
Between leg hair on a man, calf hair in particular, and likeliness to be in a long-term relationship.
That's wild. Tell me about your accusation.
I have a lot of leg hair, a lot of calf hair in particular. And my calves, my mother has always said are like one of my most attractive body parts.
That's unbelievably weird.
And if she's watching this, she'll be cracking up. And so I took forward that confidence into all of my relationships. And my hairy calves, I think, have yielded tremendous results in terms of long-term relationships. So there you go. Just hold that.
I have hairy calves.
Yes.
And I'm not in a long-term relationship.
No, but you've had many.
I haven't.
How many is many?
2.
Yeah, there you go. It's many. Same as me. Just successful.
Oh no. Hairy calves. We've gone off the rails.
That's to do with forgiveness. And if the audience
Link it.
Go on. If the audience don't understand how hairy calves don't link to forgiveness, then I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm not going to dumb it down for you. Right, let's move on.
That's how you get over anything.
Yeah. Stop asking stupid questions.
Like, come on. Piece it together. Put your brain on. Turn it in fast mode and off you go.
Flip into ChatGPT 5.
So we were talking about barriers to forgiveness about a year ago. Forgiveness, I think sometimes we worry equals condoning the behaviour. So if I forgive you, you might do that behaviour again that I don't like. So I'm just excusing your behaviour. I forgive you. Well, I'm going to go do it again. Because clearly it's not a barrier for him. It's not a... I can't think of the word.
Yeah, it's not an issue. Like, it's almost belittling the issue, it can seem like. If you forgive them, it's like I've given them permission to continue this. But so there's a surprise, Alex Hormozy thing again. It's like,
who's that?
An absolute G.
What does G stand for?
Gangster.
Oh, okay.
Or like Godfather, or just Gremlin. No, he's awesome, and you know who he is. He said, when you're in a relationship, I'm paraphrasing heavily here, there's, like, you can't punish things you don't like. You have to just encourage the things you do like. So, for example, if Soph doesn't make me a cup of tea in the morning, I can't hit her. But if she does make me a cup of tea in the morning, then I can say thank you very much and give her a kiss. You know? That's sort of the lines. So is forgiving somebody the same as just saying thank you for my cup of tea without them making you a cup of tea, you know? Is that rewarding the negative behaviour?
Do you think it is?
I think it can definitely be seen in that way. Like, I'm trying to think of something I've ever been forgiven for. I don't think I have. I think my crimes are unforgivable.
You've never been forgiven.
I must have done, but I suppose forgiveness, like, might not know, because that's the other person's process, isn't it? I
Yeah.
suppose for
So you're saying you've maybe done loads of things wrong, but people have never forgiven you?
no, I think they've probably always forgiven me, which is how I've got away with it. And the people who aren't in my life anymore are probably the people that haven't forgiven me for whatever I've done. But that's how life goes.
Yeah. Well, the Alex Hormozy thing you're saying, that's very much... it's just a good way to work with children, ironically.
Is it?
You reward good behaviour rather than punishing
That
bad.
explains why it worked so well with Soph.
You're saying your girlfriend's a child.
No, I'm saying she's an adult
You heard it here
who
first.
behaves like a child.
Yeah, all right, sure.
When we're looking back on this podcast in sort of 5 years' time, and you go, "Hey, Will, do you remember when you were with Soph? Like, where do you reckon that all went wrong?" We're like, "I think I was a little open on the podcast with you, Connor."
I think it was when we called Soap a child.
Yeah. Hey ho, it's all good. She's also fun-loving and easily forgiving. I hope to hell.
Well, I think you're locked in for life. She was talking to me about what present she's going to get you for your birthday. So
Was she?
yeah,
Ah, good for her.
it's an awful present.
She's already bought me some new Air Force Ones for my birthday.
Is she?
Yeah, which is nice. Well, my other ones. So I asked if I could have them early because I said that I want some all white Air Force Ones. And my existing ones had not only a hole in the toe, they had a hole in the middle section of the shoe and a hole at the heel. So when it rained the last few days, like I'd take my shoes off when I get back, my white socks were just black all the way along.
That's disgusting.
Because it's just soaking wet. So now I've got shoes that don't have holes in it. It's like a luxury. I get to go outside, my feet don't get wet. It's incredible.
You baffle me.
But I hate buying shoes. Absolutely hate it. I had to go into JD Sports. I do not fit in JD Sports.
Excuse me, sir. I would like to buy a pair of shoes.
Ever so sorry to trouble you. I was just looking at this pair of shoes. I've also noticed you have wonderful apparel up on the walls.
What?
Yeah. You starting something, mate.
Mate, so forgiving yourself. We talked about forgiving others. We've had a discussion in that regard. Now we're going to talk about forgiving yourself. So research from Everett Worthington, who's a psychologist, shows that self-forgiveness is strongly linked to better mental health, lower risk of depression, and increased self-compassion. So on that note, is there something about yourself you cannot forgive?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay. Tell me.
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you for watching.
No, it's my big
Toe.
my big failing. So it's
Anything you care to share? We can gloss over it if you
no,
like.
we're going to gloss over it.
We'll gloss
But
over
I'm
it.
just letting you know there is something there. So it's not because other than that, no.
Okay.
But it's
Do you think you'll ever allow yourself to forgive this big failing of yours?
once I tell people,
Okay.
I think, and it'll be probably down to others' responses.
Interesting. Why do other people have so much bearing on you being able to forgive yourself?
Because they do.
Why?
Because they do. And that's that.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't like keeping stuff out. That's the one thing.
No, that's fine. Like, I can see it's a difficult subject for you. It's interesting. And we're not going to delve into it, but I wondered if we could dance around it. But forgiving yourself is a real hard battle because it's not just going, oh, well, I forgive myself of that. And there we go. Let's move on and get to McDonald's. Like, there's so much that comes with it. There's guilt, there's shame, there's compassion. There needs to be empathy. There needs to be so much that comes into self-forgiveness. Why do we think... Well, actually, before I move on, something that I cannot forgive myself. This is something I struggle with on a day-to-day. I hold on to things about myself. I'm very good at forgiving others for problems, concerns, things that I think that they've done wrong. I'm very good at forgiving others. But when it comes to myself, I hold myself to this ineffable, perfect standard that's just unbelievably unachievable. And it's something I'm working through in therapy, but I find it extremely hard because there's times where I've given myself a lose-lose situation and still made myself feel bad that I've not been able to achieve this thing that maybe I have put in my head. Like, I've got this constant idea that I'm going to earn an incredible amount of money, but I'm also going to be able to travel completely full time, but also have a complete alignment with my passion, but also have a completely robust sense of self. Can be completely nomadic, but also have an unbelievably nice house. And yeah, so I feel like there's all these things here that I'm just piling on top, on top of myself, and it's just guilt and shame. And I need to work on my self-compassion, and I think self-respect, self-compassion, self-forgiveness are all wrapped up into one.
If you want to know how to solve that, by the way,
yeah,
that's quite a lot, and I can drop the money coin here if you
please
want.
do. Yeah,
that's my best impression of it.
You got to put a little edit in there, money coin,
Jesus.
not of money dropping. That's fine. Just a little sound of.
Yeah. You know how we were talking before about if you want to be successful, you can either start multiple businesses or you can focus on one. It's like what you gave essentially there. I imagined it as like you have what were some of the things that you said? Like you want to have the house, you want to go traveling full time, you want to be nomadic, you want to have a good sense of self, you want all of those different pockets. It's like if you're trying to focus on all of them, you're only going to make like that much progress.
Yeah.
If you focus on one of them, you'll be able to make that much progress. Now, it's difficult when you want to travel full time and you want to work on something you're passionate about and you want to do this and you want to do that and you want to do the third, whatever. Can't remember where I was going with that. That's sticky wicket.
It is. It's very much the. I know you know me. I like a lot of Mark Manson. I bring him up on every podcast. But he
is to you what Alex Hormozy is to me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's so true. But he says something along the lines of, and again, I can't remember for verbatim, but it's very much similar. If you've got to choose what you're going to suck at, and by that he means you can't do everything well. So you need to pick something and do that well and understand you're going to be bad at these other things because you can't be great at everything.
Yeah.
Which I've always struggled with.
I mean, what matters more to you? Like traveling full time or building a business?
Yes.
Would you sacrifice one for the other?
I'd like to have them both. This is my problem. I put myself in a situation where it'd be extremely difficult to have both.
And does travelling to you mean more than one location?
Not necessarily, but the ability to be able to travel somewhat freely, but not feel stuck or grounded. Like right now, if the podcast was successful, and it's like, okay, I could go off for 2 weeks somewhere. I could go to Indo for 2 weeks, do some work, come back, film another episode, or however long. That would feel awesome.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like YouTube is like the answer.
This is why we gotta make it work.
That's fine.
When we start making the same money that I make now,
3-4 years from now, it'll be fine.
Yeah, if we start making the same money I'm making now, but through YouTube, then I'll be off. I'll be living that life I want to live.
I mean, remember we've got to make double.
Why?
Because I get 50%.
No, you don't.
I absolutely do.
You don't do 50% of the work. You do like 90.
Nah.
So you should only get like
50%. I can't plan podcasts for anything. You do shorts. Like shorts. True. And yeah, no, it's about 50-50. It's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it depends how long I spend on the edit. It probably leans more towards you doing more work, but
yeah, some of the edits a bit wank.
I just can't plan for anything. Like, so it's my birthday coming up in a couple of days as we're filming this, or a few days, and I had the sense to book in all my friends like 3 months ago, but didn't actually decide what to do. No. Really, I decided on a loose poker night, and then you just asked me what we doing. I don't know. So then Connor suggested bowling, so now we'll go bowling. It's like
bowling, poker night, food.
Yeah,
done.
That's it.
Plan the time, easy.
Yeah, but I just don't plan. I can't do it. It doesn't work.
I'm a planner.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So forgiveness. Why do we hold on to things so much with ourselves? Maybe you don't. Maybe some people do. I definitely do. Why do we hold on to things so tightly and just almost absorb them into our sense of self, our identity, who we feel we are, and we sometimes we just can't let go of them and we identify with them.
Yeah, it depends on what the affliction was. But I think sometimes when people feel like they've been attacked in some way, they feel like it's an attack on their character. And people, especially in the West, are very attached to the way they look or the way that they're perceived or how their social media is, any of that. So it's when, although it might be a surface level comment like, I don't know, your hair looks greasy or something. Yeah.
I have no hair at the moment, so it can't look greasy.
No, I've been looking. It's coming through.
It is
it's getting there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, did the other person really need to? No, they didn't. But the point is, they did. What tangibly has changed in your life? Nothing. Okay, it probably doesn't matter then. You know, It's like, and just that frame that helps me so much. It's like, what has actually changed? Nothing. Okay, it doesn't matter then.
So trying to look with a more logical sense, you say, could be a useful tool for people that maybe hold on to things.
But it just makes everything funny. I mean, it is really dangerous because you can't use that frame all the time with your loved ones.
No.
For example, this morning with the argument with Soph, it's like, okay, does either of us talking about this message actually change anything? Are we even going to remember this voice note a year from now? No. Okay, that's relevant. Why we even talk about it? It's like, but what that does is it minimises everything in life.
It does.
So, but it's also a great way to find out what's the most important things in life, because I know that YouTube's the only thing that matters because of that system. Like, I could continue to do more tennis coaching and do more and more pub gigs. I could do, I don't know, even like accounting on the side, and I could do, I don't know, flips coaching and dance and all of this stuff. It's like, okay, but if I become a better dancer, what does that actually do for me? Nothing. Okay, irrelevant. What if I was an accountant? What does that do for me? It might help me run my own books, but then I don't have the time to run the business, so it does nothing for me because I have to pay somebody else. Okay, yeah, cool. So you can just tick everything off. I mean, not to say that having an understanding on all of these things doesn't help, because you need to know if you're getting scammed, for example. So having a baseline level of understanding across so many things. I think that's why top entrepreneurs as well are seen as quite intelligent people. It's not necessarily that they're deliberately that intelligent. It's just through the process of growing a business, you have to learn so many baseline levels of knowledge across so many different areas. It's like you can have a conversation with anybody because of it. And forgiveness is a skill that entrepreneurs need to learn as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forgiving brands for not paying you enough, for example.
Not bitter about that.
Nah, it's all good, isn't it? Can't afford me. That's a you problem.
So, if in terms of forgiveness and forgiving yourself, what would you say is more powerful as a tool to implement when you need to forgive yourself of something that you're struggling with? Love, compassion, or logic?
Trying to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Logic for me. Trying to forgive others. Probably logic as well. Because there's no room for compassion in life. Like, it doesn't do anything. What about you? I'm gonna guess you're gonna. I like to make myself feel sorry for myself.
I actually agree with you for once. Yeah, it's rare. It doesn't happen.
I'm rubbed off.
But excuse me.
Sorry, I mean I've had an impact.
That's better. You haven't rubbed off on me.
You enjoyed it. Don't be silly. Sorry, Soph.
Yeah, so I actually agree with you. I think compassion definitely plays a role, but sometimes you have to just look at it logically and understand you made the best decision with the information available to you at that time, and you made a choice. If you're constantly trying to regret or change that outcome, you're going to lose and you're going to feel guilty and you're going to feel bad. This is my logical brain speaking, that logic is actually so much more important in this scenario because, again, you made a decision at that time, at that point, with the information in front of you. You cannot know the outcome before it's happened. So just understand that. Again, Maya Angelou had a quote, "Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it."
Yeah.
I mean, it's so perfectly put that it's so true. Like, you didn't know this information.
So you can't hate yourself.
So you can't hate yourself for not knowing the information.
Yeah.
Again, it's the ironic tragedy that life has to be lived forward, but only makes sense in reverse.
That's actually pretty nuts. That really applies to like me.
Everything.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's like having videos blow up and get millions of views and not capitalizing on knowing how to make my website perfect. It's like, well, I can't hate past me for not knowing that stuff. Like I could have maybe learnt the stuff earlier in prediction of all of this happening, but it's like, how far are you going to take it?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. You can't put this unbelievable standard on yourself when you don't know how it's going to play out.
Is it? I think also solving emotional problems with emotions is like trying to put out a fire with fire. It's like
Sometimes
you can't do it.
Yeah, emotions are a great way to understanding oneself, but sometimes logic needs to take the front foot, and this is one of the first times we've actually agreed in that regard. That I agree.
It's good that you've sort of come over onto my side of the fence a little bit.
Oh, I was always this way when it comes to forgiveness.
Were
Fuck
you?
anyone. I'm right, you're wrong. Move on with it. Go over it.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a you problem, not a me problem.
That's the
Do you know what that sounds like? A you problem.
It does.
That's my favourite quote.
I know.
I'm gonna get it tattooed. Just here. Do you know what that sounds like? A you problem.
One on one arm, one on the other. Or is there a place you could reveal it?
Got chest DOMs. Ooh.
Chest what?
DOMs.
DOMs. As in
Delayed onset muscle soreness.
Yeah, that's it. See, I know because I watch Mike Israel, and I've never heard him use the word DOMs, but I've heard you say it before.
DOMs is a real thing.
I know it is. I think my chest is recovered actually from my chest workout last week.
Nice.
Time to do another one.
Absolutely. Can you move on without forgiving yourself?
Yeah. I mean, what do you do in the time between deciding that there's a problem to forgive yourself about and wherever you are now? Like, you've just carried on living life.
Well, yeah, if you would disagree from your answer, it would be you would have to do the work to get to the place where you forgive yourself to then move on. Which I agree is not necessarily wasted time. I'm sure it'd be very beneficial. But it'd be slow moving, you know? You can't always rewrite history, but you can write the next chapter. And I think sometimes we spend a lot of time trying to forgive ourselves, again, for information we didn't know or didn't have. You're always going to be looking back, and that might lead to depression. If you're in the present moment, you're probably feeling happy, or at least content. If you're looking forwards, you're going to be anxious, whereas if you're looking back, you're likely going to be feeling some sort of sadness or depression. And I think forgiveness does sit in the past. So it's always going to be surrounded by or coupled with similar emotions of guilt, shame, judgment, sadness, depression. I think it does help to look at the picture with kinder eyes and a bit more love, time, tenderness. A bit of tenderness in there. I can't make good mouth sounds today. Jesus. But also there is a time. I
know my blocks.
What's that?
It's from Wadaroo.
What is Wadaroo?
It's a type of karate.
Oh. I don't do karate.
I don't either.
I'd be awful in a fight. I'd run away.
Ah!
Just, word to the wise of anyone that tries to get in a fight, either
win.
with me or with me on their side, I will run away. I'll cry, kick you in the balls, and then run away.
Yay, Doc Brown.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, so that is near enough an hour. We're like 1 minute away.
Cool.
We've done very well. What do you think of the podcast today?
Yeah, it's good. It's interesting to talk about forgiveness because I put it in the same sort of thing, the group as emotions almost.
What, irrelevant for you?
Yeah, no. It's got the same sort of like forgiveness and growth and like what would be another one? I don't know.
Forgiveness and growth.
Yeah.
What's the crossover there for you? Is it because they're tools almost or outcomes?
Yeah,
almost?
they're not. They're the result of.
Yeah.
So what else would be a result of? Shrinkage? No. I don't know. You've got forgiveness, which is when somebody wrongs you. You've got growth, which is when things are going in the right direction.
Or even the wrong direction. You've just turned it around.
Negative growth.
No, but growth in terms of just growth. Like if you've had a tough time, you've been able to learn from it. That's growth.
Yeah. Well, there's got to be more like that, hasn't there?
We'll find them as time goes on.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, no, it's been good. I think the last episode on time was like really worth watching.
Yeah.
So check that out if you haven't already.
I think at this point the only people that are watching is me.
My cat.
And you.
I have a cat.
Get a cat.
Not getting a cat. It's not even a real animal, is it?
Well, it is.
It's just not. It's just a bad dog. Sit. Meow. It doesn't even make the right dog noise.
It's not a dog.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bad dog.
It's never trying to be a dog.
It should be. Dogs are better. Let us know in the comments, dogs or cats, what's better?
At climbing trees.
No.
No.
Anyone who says cat is getting blocked.
You're not. You know the drill.
I'll be like, block. You'll be like, I'm blocking.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow. It's like my pen is swearing at you. You know the drill.
Yes.
Final word.
Sorry.
So proud of you. Cool.
Thank you very much, Connor.
Thank you, Will.
See you later this week. Oh, that was a podcast.
It was. It was indeed.